Content warning. This episode of Hogwarts Legacy is extra naughty. If you are not at least 18, wait until you are old enough to watch this video. If you are 18 or older, feel free to watch this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings everyone! Welcome back to Star Plays Hogwarts Legacy. Today is a special occasion because I found a hat that fits my original character.
Sniper hunted for trophy belt and spy for really fancy fedora.
Take a look at this, a magician hat. Now Star Quantos can be like her role model, Kiri-same Marisa. Right now you might be asking, Star,
why? Oh, you want to know why? Because this is my fetish!
I honestly think Futanari is the most seductive concept humans have created. So when I misread the text in the bottom right of the screen. But enough with my rated 18 thoughts, let's get on with the video. Professor Weasley, ancestor to the Weasley family that we see in the Harry Potter series, has given the main character an important task in this mission. Check out what it is that she assigns us.
Field guide. May I see it?
Of course. What do you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. I see some progress here, but quite a bit of your field guide has yet to be completed. Fortunately, you do have some time to prepare for your OWLs. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that first moment you came bursting in, late, to the sorting ceremony. I am pleased to see that my instincts were correct. To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OWLs, well, it's nothing short of astonishing.
Thank you, Professor, for everything.
You are most welcome. I look forward to seeing what you do during the rest of your time with us.
Even though she says that the field guide will be used to study for the OWLs, we don't actually take those exams in-game. Oh well, what a missed opportunity. I think this interaction between Headmaster Black's house elf, Scrope, and nearly headless Nick is kinda funny, but wait until you hear what Sir Nicholas has to say about Ranrock's invasion.
I can't say I ever thought Ranrock stood much of a chance. Just a lot of bluster and noise.
Nearly headless? How can you be nearly headless?
Like this.
My character really enjoys school, but much like any other student at Hogwarts, if the teacher is boring as she will fall asleep in class. I suppose History of Magic class is really boring.
On the wizard milling industry.
I can relate.
Actually, we do know the number. 632.
I went to the broom shop in Hogsmeade to sell some items so that I can obtain the final upgrade to my broom. However, even with everything I've sold, I still had little money. I did eventually manage to buy it though.
Hello, sir. This is the United Bank of Money.
Here are some of my best spell stats. Stupefy is upgraded to deal damage to opponents. Petrificus Totalis can be used to affect more than one enemy at a time. And the Edurus potion makes me invulnerable to attacks. I used this ability during my battle with Ranrock. Here is somewhat of an entertaining conversation between a Gryffindor and a Ravenclaw. These two gossip over some of the juiciest topics.
The only place I'm able to concentrate is in the library. It's also somewhat exciting waiting for the inevitable breach of silence. Amit Takar is already studying for owls. No wonder he doesn't have any friends. Well, I've yet to understand how one is expected to do the homework for Bin's class, since that would require staying awake for it. It's impossible to do all of the homework they give you. I think they do it on purpose. I'm not going to lose any more sleep over my potions homework. Brewed myself a sleeping draft just to be sure.
Oh, goodness! Milady, might I borrow my body, perchance? Milady?
Care to dance?
Thought you'd never ask. What a handsome couple we make.
Well, this is amongst the weirdest of Death Day parties I had ever seen. The way they dance reminds me of a certain song from Hidden Star in Four Seasons. When I was rummaging through the headmaster's office, I came across the display case for the sorting hat. I couldn't think of anything funny to say here, so here are some streamers complaining about the houses they were put in.
Perhaps you belong in Hufflepuff.
Oh my gosh, dude. Come on, Hufflepuff. We cannot be Hufflepuff, Bonnie. Hufflepuff is for pussies.
Alright, I told you guys I would do anyone except that.
Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
For daring, bravery, and chivalry. That does not sound like James Corden at all. The Sorting Hat doesn't understand James Corden whatsoever. Different house.
In these next two clips, I managed to solve one huge Hogwarts mystery. First, I obtained the key of admittance. Then I took the key to a locked door not too far from the headmaster's office. This was my first time seeing just how students are admitted to Hogwarts. I thought it seemed really cool. In this clip, I found two correlating events that really had me thinking. My first reaction to seeing the suits of armor again with the poltergeist had me speak in Japanese. Yappari! Pizzu datta no ne! Now the madness of the suits makes a lot of sense. It was Peeves the whole time! There's a part in the game where if you search for the Hogwarts kitchen, you will come across a suspicious portrait where you are prompted to tickle a pear. I remember something like this happening in the movies, but I couldn't find a clip, so this will have to do for now.
You're the one who released our dragon. You'll lose some scales yourself for that.
In this clip, an Ashwinder scout has been entangled in a spiderweb. They have unique dialogue based on what you do in the game. Take a listen.
You've been known to use the dark arts, haven't you? Don't think I'm afraid of you. If it isn't the herbology master, always bringing plants to a fight.
One of my all-time favorite beasts in the wizarding world have to be Thestrals. They were first introduced in Harry Potter in the Order of the Phoenix. In Harry Potter canon, if you witness the death of something or someone, these things become visible. Though there are some inconsistencies with the writing in the books, there were 4 classmates that were able to see the Thestrals when Hagrid taught a class on them.
I suppose that's how he wants you to feel.
Something I like to do in Hogwarts Legacy is that I change the Room of Requirements ambiance quite frequently. One of my favorites has to be when the room appears to be lit by the moon. Somewhat of an imperishable night type of ambiance. This clip reminds me of a certain game from the early 2000s. See if you can get who I am thinking of.
Oh no, Sir Fitzroy, my toad! He's left me!
Interest in herbology.
It's only her toad.
There he is!
Blossom. Perhaps some explanation is in order.
It was only a toad
Nothing.
found
This
Professor
had been my
Weasley.
toad, it is still.
One at a time.
It was only her
please.
toad, Professor. You telltale, it was not!
Leviosa.
Oh, Fitzroy, you naughty boy. See, I told you.
Now in future, perhaps we can spend our time on more meaningful activities than causing a commotion. I wouldn't want to see you lose house points. Although, I will say, excellent toad, got a good spring to him.
Suwako has to be one of the best Toho girls because she is canonically a MILF. I came across what has to be one of the most hilarious side quests in the game. Basically, there's an animated portrait that claims that he has been kidnapped. To remedy the situation, Star has decided to do some information gathering for this person despite their annoyance.
One frame? Do you only have one home? It's my other frame. It's been stolen. And by students, no less. They paid filthy thieves to steal my other frame.
Oh dear, that sounds awful.
Well, awful is exactly what Astoria Cricket is. She's behind all of this. She and her friends were moaning about me of all the nerve. Then I heard her plot to enlist a gang of good-for-nothings to have me stolen from the Three Broomsticks. That's why my other frame hung. A hovel of a place. Though I suppose one could do worse. I once knew a portrait who ended up in the Hog's Head. No one's heard from him since.
Right. So, back to your frame.
Ah, yes. There I was, powdering my wig, and the next thing I knew, I was being manhandled by rogues and carried off. As if I can afford not to be at my post. I do important work for the headmaster, and I need my other frame back at the Three Broomsticks.
I could look into the matter for you.
Oh, would you? How marvelous. Do it quickly, though, won't you? The place they took me to is quite beneath me. Off you go, then.
Astoria Cricket is the Hogwarts student that took the snobby rich portrait out of the Three Broomsticks. There's a good reason for this as well, as we will hear from her.
Astoria Cricket?
That depends. Am I in trouble?
Ferdinand Pratt thinks you should be. Says you stole his frame.
I wouldn't call it stolen. Relocated's more like it. How do I put this nicely? Ferdinand Pratt is a postulant boil, and he's lucky I didn't have him sealed in a wall.
He truly is rather foul, isn't he?
All he does is spy on students in here and report back to the headmaster. Sometimes, if there's nothing to report, he'll make it up. I spent 4 hours in detention last week, all because he told Black that I was planning to drain the lake, whatever that means. It was the last straw. He and his frame had to go.
May I ask where you put him?
Well, I didn't put him anywhere. The frame is likely with the fine gents I paid to snatch it. They camp in a ruin by the coast. I just wanted it far enough away that I'd never have to think about Ferdinand Pratt ever again.
You do know he's screaming in the library as we speak.
Oh, for the love of Merlin. If you ask me, he's got nothing to scream about. I could have had him put in the Hog's Head. The pampered Pratt would have hated it. Grimy walls, smell of goats. And the patrons, they eat snooty princes like Ferdinand for dinner. But what's done is done. He isn't here anymore, and if I were you, I should enjoy it. Lovely chatting with you.
After hearing Astoria's explanation, Star Quantos has a devious plan in store for the annoying portrait. Wait till you see some of the dialogue options for this mission. I bet it will get a good laugh out of some of you.
If they weren't all sharing half a brain, they'd realize I'm worth more to them intact and at the Three Broomsticks.
How is that?
With everything I overhear, I'm a veritable trove of information. Now, don't just stand there. I need to be back by cocktail hour. The place will be like a funeral without me.
What if I don't want to return you to the Three Broomsticks?
What on earth do you mean?
What if I took you to the Hog's Head instead? I've heard such nice things.
What a funny little joke. Now, the Three Broomsticks, please. Oh, they're bound to be missing me terribly. Be sure to carry me carefully, won't you? My pantaloons are already creased. Where have you put me? It's pitch black in here. I shan't stand for this.
Star is not a fan of pompous rich people that lie all the time, so she has decided to take the portrait to the Hog's Head to teach him a valuable lesson in humility.
What is the meaning of this? This isn't the Three Broomsticks.
No, it's not. It's the Hog's Head.
Did you fall into a cauldron of stupid potion? You've brought me to the wrong place. It's absolutely vile in here.
It's no Three Broomsticks, that's for certain.
Please, you can't mean to leave me here. Please.
Goodbye, Ferdinand. Enjoy your new home.
Oi! I normally toss the both of you out. I like the look of the fancy man. Target practice.
Please, you can't use me as target practice anymore.
Nice throw.
I was hoping that after the mission was complete that Star would talk to Astoria about what she did with the portrait. I can only imagine their grinning faces after they gossip about it. The yellow marker indicates the final main quest of the game. When we enter it, we are shown a cutscene of students studying for their OWLs in various classes. Some of them are characters that we've seen before, like Poppy in Beast class and Naughty in Defense Against the Dark Arts. Finally, we see students walk past Star into a great hall. I'll be quiet so that you can watch this last cutscene in the main game.
This year, we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. And now we can finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup...
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house. Wouldn't you agree?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.
No matter what house you pick in the beginning, that will be the house that wins the Hogwarts House Cup. The only thing that I don't know about this cutscene is that if the firework color varies based on which house you pick. Thank you for watching. Hogwarts Legacy is a grand game that I would recommend to anyone who is a fan of the Wizarding World or anything Harry Potter related. This game was something that I wish I got to play when I was a kid. I may replay this game again just to show that as a Hufflepuff, you get to visit Azkaban.
Better be Azkaban!
Wait, what? Bro, how?
As for now, I can't seem to think of a name for an original character that would be in that house. Now it is time to give this game my opinion score. Story, 9 out of 10, mostly good with a few flaws. Gameplay, 8 out of 10, I still struggle with switching between spells quick enough. Visual and auditory design, 9 out of 10. A few hiccups here and there, but it doesn't affect the overall experience. And mechanics, 8 out of 10. I find myself occasionally struggling to control my character around some parts of the game. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. I like to think that this is only just the beginning when it comes to playing this game to its fullest extent. There are dialogues unique to every house you enter. I'm not sure how long this series would take to show some of that. For now though, I'll be focused on completing my Kirby's Adventure playthrough. The next episode of that series will be a double feature, so my goal is to finish episode 5 by Friday. With that said, I hope to see you all on a paradise planet.